For everyone just tuning in, we're about to break down a story so bizarre it feels like a Hollywood thriller script. Imagine, a legendary actor retires to a peaceful life, far from the glitz and glamour, only for rumors to surface after his passing that everything we heard might be a smokescreen. We have alleged phantom phone calls, mysterious timelines, missing medical files, and big money stakes that could explain why some details just don't add up. Think I'm exaggerating? Stick with me. We'll unravel how this potential empire deception might have exploded in plain view, fueling theories that Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were victims or unwitting participants in a bigger game controlled by Hollywood elites. As always, let's keep an open mind, question everything, and see what resonates with you. Ready? Let's jump into the madness. Gene Hackman was one of the true powerhouses of American cinema, starring in The French Connection, Superman, Unforgiven, and so many other classics. In the early 2000s, he stepped away from acting, preferring a quiet life with his wife, Betsy Arakawa, in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The pair was known for cherishing privacy, and fans generally respected that choice. Then, out of nowhere, the internet erupted with claims that both Gene Hackman and Betsy were found deceased at home under suspicious circumstances. The official story: Betsy supposedly passed away from a rare rodent-borne virus, while Gene, battling advanced Alzheimer's, lingered on, unaware she had died, only to succumb to heart issues 2 weeks later. It sounds tragic but straightforward, right? Well, if only it were that simple. People started asking questions, from neighbors who noticed contradictory details to a physician who claimed Betsy actually spoke with him after her reported date of death. That single puzzle piece sparked talk of a major Gene Hackman scandal update, fueling the notion of a hush-hush scheme with big money at stake. According to the rumor mill, a phone call made by Betsy on February 12th, the day after she supposedly died on the 11th, has become the centerpiece of this scandal. Allegedly, Betsy called their doctor, discussing Gene's chest discomfort and scheduling medical appointments for them both. A man named Dr. Josiah Child claimed Betsy sounded concerned yet very much alive on the 12th. Naturally, skeptics are freaking out. How is that possible as she passed away on the 11th? Could the date of death have been recorded incorrectly? Or was someone impersonating Betsy to manipulate the narrative? The plot thickened when certain medical files associated with Betsy vanished from the clinic system, and Dr. Child abruptly stopped giving interviews. This abrupt silence fueled speculation of a cover-up. Did powerful interests intervene? If so, who stand to benefit? Let's pause and consider a more mundane explanation. Could have been a simple clerical error, or maybe Betsy's official death date was off by a day, and this phone call confusion is just a snowballing misunderstanding. Accidents in record-keeping can happen, especially if multiple people are handling the case. And let's not forget, hacking, data loss, or privacy mistakes do occur in medical systems. Yet, the abrupt hush from Dr. Child is suspicious, especially since he initially shared so much. Some watchers argue that he might have said too much and felt pressure to retract. Others propose that the entire phone call rumor is false, invented by people seeking clout or wanting to spin a conspiracy-laced narrative about Gene Hackman's final days. Where do you fall on this? Keep the skepticism alive. Folks, one of the most confounding parts of this Gene Hackman scandal update is the claim that he lived for 2 weeks after Betsy died, completely oblivious to her passing. Sure, late-stage Alzheimer's could be devastating, but neighbors raise eyebrows. They say that no caregiver visits, no deliveries, and no welfare checks were spotted during that entire fortnight. Could Gene really have been left entirely alone? Some suspect a more calculated scenario. Could someone have deliberately kept Gene in the dark, or even withheld care, to engineer a specific timeline that favored certain legal or financial outcomes? If there were large estates, royalties, or major property deals on the line that might motivate unscrupulous individuals to orchestrate events in a very controlled fashion. Remember, Gene Hackman isn't some minor star. He's an Oscar-winning legend with a lasting brand, ongoing royalties, and multiple real estate interests. If there was indeed a hidden empire behind him, controlling or shaping the narrative of his final days could be extremely lucrative. Maybe he was truly incapacitated, or maybe his condition was exaggerated to justify questionable decisions made on his behalf. The official cause of Betsy's death was linked to hantavirus, a rodent-borne disease known for severe lung complications. The story goes that she contracted it and passed away rather suddenly. But that explanation itself begs questions. If no rodent evidence was found, how was this conclusion reached so quickly? Was someone in law enforcement or the coroner's office pressured to sign off on a convenient explanation? Why lie about the cause of death? One theory is that a rare disease might deter further investigation. Public agencies might accept it as an unfortunate event. Another possibility is that an outside party needed Betsy's death on record at a specific date so that some contractual or legal arrangement would trigger properly, like a life insurance clause or inheritance timeline. Yes, it sounds like a soap opera, but Hollywood's real-life stories often put fiction to shame. Just when the scandal ballooned, rumors flew that certain digital medical records for both Gene and Betsy vanished from the clinic system. Coincidentally, that's around when Dr. Child stopped talking. Could hackers have targeted the clinic to erase or alter evidence? Or were the files destroyed to align with the official statement that Betsy died on the 11th? Santa Fe locals whispered about seeing unmarked cars around the medical clinic at odd hours, though no official statements confirm that. Could this be typical rumor inflation? Or is there a real infiltration story hidden behind it? Either way, the vanishings help spark even more speculation that someone was forging a perfect story to keep the public, and perhaps the authorities, at bay. Now, the internet is buzzing. Let's break down 3 typical reactions. Total shock. Viewers with fond memories of Hackman's performances are in disbelief. They cling to the official story, perhaps wanting a simple, tragic end. They ask, why complicate the memory of an iconic star? For them, swirling theories feel disrespectful or contrived. Cynical confirmation. Some say, welcome to Hollywood, where money and secrets rule. They see this as business as usual. Just another day in Tinseltown, where hush deals and quiet manipulations are as common as red carpets and movie premieres. If there's big money behind the scenes, of course narratives get twisted. Conspiracy enthusiasts. These folks are going wild, proposing that entire networks, spanning from the local coroner to LA-based financiers, are colluding to fake an official timeline. They suspect wiretap phones, suspicious hush payments, and hidden agendas that might even involve top-tier Hollywood execs. A stretch? Possibly, but stranger things have happened in the land of stardom. Where you stand, dear viewer? Are we looking at an orchestrated conspiracy, a series of tragic oversights, or maybe a bit of both? Even though he'd stepped away from active acting, Hackman still commanded a significant revenue stream from royalties for iconic roles. Many suspect these ongoing earnings could be the impetus for forging specific death dates or controlling who has power of attorney. If the date of Gene's passing fell on a particular side of a contract's terms, it might alter royalty distributions. Rumors say Gene had multiple properties scattered across states, each potentially worth millions. If there's confusion about exactly when he and Betsy died, transferring or inheriting these holdings might become legally murky, allowing certain parties to exploit the confusion and ensure they benefit most. Betsy, known for being private, may have had philanthropic or even entrepreneurial projects requiring large investments. Could her involvement have rattled an established network that wanted to keep her, and by extension Gene, quiet? That might sound dramatic, but big money can drive big extremes, especially in insular circles where reputation and cash flow define everything. Gene Hackman and real estate. Word is, Gene was not just an actor, but a savvy investor. Combined with hush-hush deals, it's prime territory for backroom bargains. If a scandal threatened property values or complicated estate settlements, guess who'd be desperate to manage the narrative? Betsy Arakawa's secret projects. Allegedly, Betsy was on the brink of launching a philanthropic initiative requiring significant capital. If that unsettles certain power structures who dislike new players, they might have reason to smear or silence her. Could this philanthropic effort have threatened well-connected individuals? Dr. Child's paper on virus misdiagnosis. Some claim Dr. Child was researching how certain viruses are over or misdiagnosed. If Betsy's rodent-borne disease claim was a facade, Dr. Child's ongoing study could have spotlighted the discrepancy, forcing powerful figures to clamp down on him. Art and prestige in Santa Fe. Santa Fe is a hub for wealthy collectors, reclusive celebs, and off-the-grid millionaires. If Gene was meeting with powerful Hollywood execs or moguls in that region, it makes sense for them to want privacy. The deeper you dig, the more questions arise about who was in the area and why. Just how many coincidences can we chalk up before it looks less like chance and more like constructed narrative? Before we move on, I want to hear your theories. Drop a comment. Are these fun facts truly suspicious, or are we reading too much into everyday realities? Also, If you've heard any rumors we missed, post them below. We love piecing together multiple perspectives. You never know which clue might crack this story wide open. Everything points toward a carefully managed facade. We have conflicting medical info, silent authorities, a possibly manipulated timeline, and a boatload of money at stake. If this was orchestrated to protect big assets or hush up a behind-the-scenes feud, ironically, it might be backfiring spectacularly. The phone call fiasco alone sowed enough doubt to keep the rumor mill churning. In the heart of it, people keep circling back. Cui bono. Who benefits? Is it a relative with inheritance on the line? A business manager? A caretaker or confidant with power of attorney illusions? Or maybe high-ranking Hollywood players who found themselves entangled with the Hackmans? One wave of speculation says someone faked Betsy's date of death to expedite an insurance claim or philanthropic trust release. Others say Gene's final days were deliberately misrepresented so certain deals could be finalized. We might never know unless a whistleblower steps forward with hard evidence. Now, let's keep one foot on Earth. Big Hollywood conspiracies do happen, but not every tragedy is a shady plot. If Betsy died unexpectedly and Gene genuinely couldn't process it, we might be seeing normal confusion amplified by the rumor-hungry internet. Medical mix-ups, incorrectly entered death dates, or contradictory witness statements can muddy the waters fast, especially in high-profile cases. Still, the question remains, why so many oddities? The missing files, the hush-hush phone call, and the abrupt media silence from those initially outspoken, these aren't easy to dismiss. February 11th, Betsy's reported date of death. February 12th, alleged phone call from Betsy. February 11th to 26th, Gene's final days, spent reportedly alone with severe Alzheimer's. February 26th, Gene's official date of death due to heart complications. Weeks later, doctor statements vanish. Rumors explode online. Seeing it laid out like this drives home the mismatch. But is it a deliberate mismatch or the result of bureaucratic chaos? Pro tip: if you want to jump back and revisit specific segments in this video, check our video description for timestamps. Midnight, intro and disclaimer. 1:30, Gene Hackman and Betsy's background. 2:50, the phantom phone call. 6:05, hantavirus or cover story. 9:35, following the money. 1400 hours, conspiracy versus reality. We're all about letting you explore the parts that fascinate you most. Now, let's keep going. In the weeks after these rumors surfaced, Twitter went nuclear with hashtags like hashtag Gene Hackman cover-up and hashtag Betsy Mystery. Reddit threads compiled screenshots of alleged text messages from neighbors. YouTube exploded with channels analyzing every statement Dr. Child ever made. Meanwhile, mainstream outlets maintained radio silence or repeated the official story, fueling claims that bigger forces were controlling the narrative. Entertainment channels jumped on it, delivering exclusives about hush money. Some so-called insiders hinted a major studio figure had a stake in covering up any detail that might tarnish Gene Hackman's brand or cause legal entanglements. Could be that Hackman's name and legacy still wield enough power to command absolute secrecy, even after his passing. Let's not forget that a lot of people stand to profit by sensationalizing a beloved star's demise. Channels get views, tabloid gets sales, and rumor starters get that fleeting online fame. Sometimes a perfect storm of half-truths, coincidences, and incomplete records can feed a wildfire of misinformation. For every person who has something real to hide, there might be 10 bystanders who find drama to feed their brand. So, keep your critical thinking hat on. The truth might be wilder than any rumor or simpler than we imagine. You might wonder, where are the police and coroner statements in all this? If there's genuine foul play, you'd expect an investigation. Early on, local authorities reiterated the official cause of death for Betsy and said Gene's passing was due to natural causes. After the phone call rumors leaked, they promised to review the timeline, but not much changed publicly. This is where conspiracy buffs claim officials might have been nudged or convinced to accept the simplest narrative. Money or reputational pull can allegedly create soft pressure, ensuring that only minimal digging occurs. Without a high-profile push or strong evidence, the case may never get reopened. After all these revelations, we're left with a swirling storm. A scandal big enough to overshadow Gene Hackman's incredible legacy, yet we have no absolute smoking gun. Just an avalanche of contradictory details, suspicious silences, and potential financial motives. Let's piece it together in simpler terms. Betsy's death date, possibly inaccurate or purposely manipulated. Gene's isolation, genuine Alzheimer's confusion, or orchestrated neglect. Phone call, did it prove Betsy was alive post-official date, or was it a hoax? Hantavirus explanation, convenient cause or legitimate tragedy. Missing files, a glitch or a targeted erasure. So now, I'm passing the mic to you. In the comments, let us know. Do you buy into the theory of a massive cover-up? Which detail do you find the most suspicious? How likely is it that an unholy trifecta of money, power, and influence orchestrated this entire narrative? And while you're at it, like this video, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Our motto around here is, when secrets burn, the truth is the ultimate spotlight. Share your hot takes, and who knows, maybe your insight will spark a breakthrough that cracks this mystery wide open. If you think this is wild, just wait until you see our next upload. We got another Hollywood mystery involving secret bank accounts, rumored script sabotage, and a major A-lister who's gone completely off the grid. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So, if you haven't already, hit subscribe and join our rapidly growing community of celebrity sleuths. We're all about shining a light on the shadows where Tinseltown's biggest secrets lurk. Let's carve out a moment of reality check. Not every strange detail confirms wrongdoing. Real life can be messy. Medical files get lost, phone logs glitch out, and well-meaning individuals can misremember dates. The line between coincidence and conspiracy can be razor thin, especially in a media landscape hungry for jaw-dropping scoops. However, whenever money, reputation, and a revered Hollywood star's name come together, heightened scrutiny is healthy. If even a fraction of these rumors are true, we owe it to Gene Hackman's legacy and Betsy's memory to question surface-level explanations. So here we stand, at the crossroads of rumor and fact. Let's recheck the big questions, each acting like a puzzle piece in this Gene Hackman scandal update. Why was Betsy's official death date potentially off by a day or more? Who benefits from Gene Hackman's timeline being so unclear, especially during his alleged final weeks with severe Alzheimer's? Could the vanished medical files be an innocent tech glitch or something orchestrated to ensure the official story remains unchallenged? Are we dealing with standard Hollywood secrecy, or does this fiasco hint at bigger fish pulling strings behind the curtain? In any case, the swirling speculation has captured the attention of fans, conspiracy theorists, and cynics alike. Maybe, just maybe, all the online chatter will force a more thorough inquiry. Or perhaps the hush factor is so strong that the truth will never fully see the light of day. If you look at Hollywood history, you'll find countless examples where questionable circumstances around a star's passing got overshadowed, until it quietly faded from mainstream discourse. Could that be the fate here? Another rumor-turned urban legend that gets replaced by the next big scandal? Alternatively, maybe someone out there is gathering receipts, phone records, caretaker testimonies, or financial documents, ready to blow the lid off in a massive reveal. That would be peak drama, right? In Tinseltown, the final act can come when you least expect it. Remember, sensational stories do best when viewers can visualize every twist. Just be mindful of fair use guidelines and ensure your commentary transforms the original footage enough to be legally safe. We don't want another scandal on our hands, do we? Now, let's do a quick recap of the top 5 mini cliffhangers we've covered. The phantom phone call, the day after Betsy's alleged death. She supposedly called the doctor. No caregiver in sight. Gene supposedly went 2 weeks alone, unaware his wife passed. The vanishing files. The clinic system lost key data for both Gene and Betsy. Hantavirus or red herring. No rodent evidence was found, yet it's the official cause. Big money and big silence. Royalties, real estate holdings, and hush-hush influences lurking in the background. Each piece could be a glitch or part of a bigger puzzle. One can't help but sense a method to the madness. Hollywood has a long track record of burying inconvenient details. From the golden age of studio system controlling star images to more modern times where PR agencies and legal teams manage crisis control, Tinseltown thrives on controlling narratives. If even a fraction of these rumors holds water, then the Gene Hackman story might be a prime example of how illusions are maintained, even posthumously. That doesn't necessarily mean we're looking at a fully orchestrated conspiracy. Often, it's just a handful of influential individuals making decisions behind closed doors, each protecting personal interests. If that's enough to shape official records, the public sees the version that best serves those interests. We only get glimpses behind the curtain when slip-ups, Like a suspicious phone call, break the illusion. Outcome A, the rumor fizzles, and in a year or two, nobody but the most dedicated conspiracists mention it. Gene Hackman's legacy remains of an acting legend, with his final days relegated to the domain of internet lore. Outcome B, new whistleblowers or direct evidence emerges. Maybe Dr. Child reemerges with proof he was pressured to stay silent, or an investigative journalist releases documents showing how the official timeline was manipulated. In that scenario, we'd see an explosion of coverage, forcing official bodies to respond. Outcome C, partial clarity, but no smoking gun. We learn that certain dates were inaccurate, but never find out why or who orchestrated them. The story remains half solved, fueling more speculation. Which do you think is most likely? Let me know in the comments. This channel thrives on your insights. And there you have it, folks. The swirling, mind-boggling puzzle that is a Gene Hackman scandal update. From alleged hush money to possibly falsified timelines. From vanished medical records to potential multi-million-dollar stakes. The tapestry of rumors is as vast as it is intricate. Whether we'll ever see the full truth is anyone's guess. Remember, much of what we discuss today remains unverified. So apply that critical lens as you soak in the drama. In a realm where money, power, and influence overshadow everything else, facts can be elusive, but that's why we do what we do. Digging for any crumb of truth in an industry built on stories. If this deep dive kept you on the edge of your seat, please give us a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet, and ring that bell so you never miss another exclusive. And don't be shy, share this video with fellow star-obsessed friends who love peeling back Hollywood's layers. The more eyes on this story, the more pressure for any hidden truths to surface.